once again. This time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw.
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans and all our people out there, Cornbread Nation, yeah, breadheads. Glad to see y'all out and about this morning. How's Dave this morning?
I am great. How's Rob?
Rob is here. That's about all Rob can say this morning.
Well, it is hump day.
It is hump day. Let's make it over this hump and move on.
It's going to be a great day. Absolutely great. Fabulous. Glorious. Think positive.
I'm positive it's going to be a day.
Don't be like a leftist loser who thinks every day is the end of the world. Be positive. Take the world by the horns. Wrestle it down. You say, I'm here. I will be heard from.
Oh, that's probably going to happen anyway. So, well, now, what do you think about all these pods now? These I can't even say the word this morning. All these strange aircraft sightings up in New Jersey.
It's Jersey. I don't think too much about it.
Ooh.
You know, they've always got something going on up there. I think it's New York. They're just playing with them.
Mm.
I mean, of all places, why would it be New Jersey? I mean, come on.
Do you think Trump might have something to do with this? This
No,
is a Trump conspiracy theory. I'm quite sure.
No,
I'm sure.
He likes Jersey. He likes Jersey. If he was going to do it, if he was going to do it, he'd do it over DC or something.
Oh no, he's got a golf course up there.
I'm saying he's okay with that. I mean, he's a tax exile and all that. You know, he got out of New York, all things going up there. Of course, he's Florida. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
You know, no state income tax like Texas and 3 or 4 others. And so he still has his, hotel there and all that. He comes back in the city from time to time, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that is, but who knows?
They've declared a limited state of emergency, I think.
There's
Open area.
with our government right now, who knows?
Well, nobody in Jersey, that's for sure.
It's been a rainy last day or so. We're gonna have some rain. Eastern seaboard is a lot of rain and mild temperatures, but it's starting to get a little cold up across some of the U.S. Snow. I'm glad we were cold. I'm glad we're back a little milder. And but we'll end up seeing it again, I'm sure, before long. But usually we're pretty mild through Christmas anyway. Here now across the U.S., things begin to change rapidly as you think about temperatures and stuff and weather patterns. But it was, it's nice right now to see some 50s, 60s, and 30s, mid 30s at night. It's not bad after you've had low 20s and highs of about 40 with wind. It's kind of nice. Almost feels like summer again. I was kind of glad to see that return. I can handle. As I've gotten older, it's good morning, Brandon. It's hard to deal with cold weather for me anymore. I can deal with it, but it's just biting, man. It just bites at you. The wind and stuff. I guess you get older, your blood thins out or whatever, but it can be rough. I mean, it's just, I'm glad to see those milder temperatures. I always just kind of grin and bear it through those colder couple of months and then look forward to spring.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know they must come because it kills the bugs and everything. So it's good to have those cold days like that and freezes and stuff like that. But I don't
I
like
don't
that. I don't
like
like icy weather or anything like that.
I don't like cold weather. You know what else kills bugs besides cold weather?
Well, I guess bug spray.
Yes, sir. We can get along just fine without that cold weather. Mm, just throwing it out there.
Well, but you got to deal with the gnats most of the year, so we like to have a little more peace from our bugs than that. So we get
See,
some pretty good sized skeeters up here
yeah, it's
in the
protein,
up
dude.
in the upper
Protein.
part. No, 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 that's disgusting. Come on, man. Come on, man.
When they
That's
fly up your
horrible.
nose and down your throat, they take the long route, through your sinuses and crawling around. Yeah, that's fun.
Ugh, no way.
Well, Brandon, being as you're on here this morning, have you ever had a gnat go right up your nose? There's nothing quite like that experience. Mm,
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody would want to have that experience, but if they had, they sure probably remember it.
oh yeah, and it's fun when it happens to somebody else. It's funny because you hear, just saying.
Well, if you've ever driven a motorcycle, you learn to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, and riding a motorcycle, the bugs are rough. Um,
Think there's a face crevice I haven't had a gnat. Amen, brother. Mm.
Now, are the gnats all about the same size, or is there some sort of super gnat? You get a bigger one. The grandma gnat.
Well, I
Are they?
think I think the most annoying and the largest gnats um, are called Haley gnats, and uh, and they can be, they're really have a deeper sound, and I mean they get pretty big. I mean they'll come almost up to here on me. Some of them, that the Haley gnat, they could be
The
like super super annoying, and
the
they
Haley
they
gnat.
they
Yeah.
just buzzing around everywhere, huh? Right now, I'm making Brandon go, what? Oh, she's gonna get you. Either that or he's going, amen, brother.
He concurs.
uh,
She must not be around.
oh, no, he wouldn't care. He might be throwing me under the bus right now. I don't know.
Well, Rob, I was going to ask you if you. I was at a meeting yesterday. It's kind of a get together for our various our division of I'm in training. And have you ever played any of those games? A lot of them probably come up at TikTok. I think I heard mention that a couple times. But these reindeer games they call them. Have you ever been anywhere where they do that?
No.
Those were pretty fun. I'd never partaken of any of those, but there's a ton of things that, you can have fun with on this and introduce into your family and get the kids involved.
Hey,
But
Brandon, you be careful and have fun this morning. You don't let them boys over at Dooley County mess with you either. You fix them. Oh,
be safe,
I,
brother.
yeah.
Then you're
Yeah, I know
training.
they're going to be training you, but you train them. You've got the dog. You get them, son. Get them. Sorry. Reindeer games. Explain the reindeer games to me, sir.
There's all kinds of them. You can like one of them we played was uh, this is pretty funny. Like you line up people facing each other, and you show the person in the very back. Everybody has a piece of paper and a pen, a blank piece of paper, and the person in the very back, uh, is given a base of very, it's not very detailed because you're the way you have to do it, but this was like a snowman. And so I was the one very back, so I got to see the picture. So it's on the back of the person that's in front of me, and I'm drawing that, and he's supposed to be drawing on his paper what he feels. And then the next person, there's about 5 people deep, and then the guy in the very front, he shows his picture. Nobody else shows their pictures of what he thinks has been transferred to each person up to him. It was hilarious, man, just seeing what they came up with. One group actually got it really well. That was one of them. But there's individual games you can do. Then you can have group games. You can have competitions. You can have timing games. One of them was stacking marshmallows with using Dixie cups on your hands. You pick up the marshmallows. You try to stack them 3 high. Set 3 sets of 3. Brother, let me tell you, that's not easy. About the time you get your 3 and go to your next 3, the first 3 fall over. Oh man, but there's a lot of stacking cups and plates up so high. There was just different ones. Then we had an overall group competition. We broke up into teams, and you do things like you have a string with you release a candy cane. You can only hold the string with one hand at the very end. The candy cane goes down, and you try to drop it in the top of a glass bottle. And then that's like the first. Then they would go the next step. They have something else, and on down the line. Then they had competitions like that. They call them the reindeer games. But you could do these with your family. They're quite hilarious. You can do a version of the musical chairs with them. They do they use Christmas bows, but they go around a table and you do it with Christmas bows. That was pretty fun too. I can see kids really getting into that. Of course, you have the music. It's very festive. That was fun too. But there was bunches of them like that. Bow toss, where a person holds a bowl on their head, and you have competition, seeing how many you can get in the bowl in a minute. And then you count them, and they were giving out prizes for the winners. There was many, but they're reindeer games, and you can be creative and come up with your own. There's tons of them out there that you can get a hold of and have fun with. But anyway, that's the first time I've ever done that, but it was pretty cool. A lot of fun had in the room, but I could see where the kids would really get into some of this, and adults. But I would tell you that rainbow, the bow, not rainbow, but the bow, musical chair or bow, whatever you want to call it, that probably was the most fun because people get a little aggressive, competition breaks out, and they'll dive across the table trying to, get that bow. And they're like, okay, we can't get hurt. We don't need some sort of have to write an incident report up. We're at our work function, but it was, Brandon says they tried a few last Christmas. So I don't know all of them, but there's bunches of them, but they're pretty cool, man.
I bet that would be interesting. If y'all were trying those, was it at your work or was it with family? If it was work, I could see that ending badly.
There was one where you put a blindfold on, you have a bowl, and they have cotton balls and you have a spatula, and you can't see, you just have to get on the table. You scoop it as many as you can in a bowl in a minute, and then you have a winner out of that. That was one of them. There was 2 or 3 more that we did. They were fun though. They were fun, but like I said, these are really cheap ideas. It wouldn't take much to develop most of the stuff you have around your home, probably, if you have to pick up 1 or 2 things, and you can create a lot of fun and have a lot of family fun, or if it's a church or whatever. They're pretty cool. So this was the second annual. So they did it last year. I wasn't there last year. I wasn't in that role, but especially the balloon solo. Yeah, those were fun. You blow up the balloon and you stack the Dixie cups, like you go in one cup and another. That's pretty cool too, Yeah. That's fun though. Like I said, that's good stuff. That's where, you get some neat ideas. The family has fun, and it doesn't take a lot of money or anything. Like I said, you probably have most of the things that you need right there at home. So I could see where this would be. I'm going to tell you, dropping that candy cane into the bottle is not the easiest thing. We did it, but we lost the round because the other group got it in really fast. I'm telling you, you got to work together. There's 2 of you holding that thing, and you got to kind of figure it out. You have to hold one hand behind your back and you have to hold the very end of that string. So you can't. It's hard to manipulate it. And that bottle, they don't use one with a wide mouth, so it's pretty narrow. And you'll get so close, and if it tips at all, it'll shake, bounce away and all that. But that was a lot of fun, and people, a lot of pressure too. People watching, like the rest of your team, like they can't do the rest of the next step until you get that in. So they had one where you had to pick up these little beads and put them in order in cups. One was unravel, not wrapping, but like bunting things, and then you take a little, like a party favor, where blow these things off the top of cups, and it was just different ones, and it's speed competition. So they had little trophies they gave out to the overall winner. It was a lot of fun, though. I think that was pretty cool. I just never been a part of it.
So y'all were giggling like little schoolgirls. That's why you and Brandon are channeling each other this morning.
I wouldn't
can see
describe
both
it.
of y'all giggling like little schoolgirls up there. I got it in there.
No, that I don't recall it sounding like that. So sorry.
I bet it did. It never sounds the same when you're there, unless you're there when you're there.
No, you'd have thought Georgia just scored a touchdown. That's what you heard. Like, yeah, you heard celebration and encouragement. You can do it. No pressure. You got this.
Oh my gosh. Now, is this pre Carson Beck, like maybe Stetson Bennett there, or after or during Carson Beck time for Georgia? I mean,
a touchdown's a touchdown, bro. I mean, a touchdown's a touchdown. If it's Georgia and we're going in, it's a touchdown. So you heard a lot of cheers like that. But I want to tell you an observation. If there's any ladies listening, this is meant with all due respect, because it really is respect. I want to tell you, the ladies got pretty brutal at the musical bow. I want to tell you, they'd dive across that table in a heartbeat. It was a lot of laughter. In fact, the last group was all girls. The guys, I think the guys were a little afraid to hurt them or something, because they weren't going all in like a Georgia linebacker. They held back a little bit, but the girls did not. They were diving across that table. I mean, it sounded like a takedown, on the bar on a Friday night.
Was there prizes? I mean, I know there's little trophies and such, but
no, it's just the competition, man. Just the competition. I mean, at the very end there was, but the individual ones didn't have that. I mean, they might have had some. I think there was prizes for the winner of this. They got, notebooks and coffee cups and stuff like that. But I don't even think they cared about that. They just wanted to win.
So what you're saying is that they would have killed somebody for that Christmas bow by accident. Accidentally killed somebody trying to get that Christmas bow.
If it happened in the course of, I mean, they weren't trying to do it, but it definitely was. They're quick. Some of them are quicker than those burly guys. Trying. But they were it was all laughter. They weren't mad. It got down to the last two ladies. They were circling around that table like sharks looking at each other, fixed to tear into each other. They were just they weren't even really walking. They were sort of just kind of sidewalking. And let me tell you, when that music stopped, they dove in. It was quite a noise. They both wanted to win. It was, and I think those ladies were from South Carolina. They were playing to win. It was great.
Well, with all the stuff that's going on in the Carolinas right now, I mean, they probably are used to that.
Anyway,
my heart's still with y'all out there.
Folks, if you haven't done that for your, Christmas celebration, look them up. They're easy to find. I did hear them say that the lady that was over it, she got a lot of the ideas off TikTok, which that's cool. And just look those things up. But there's tons of them. I mean, honestly, all this can be set up. Most of it you probably already have at your home. But even if you had to buy some stuff, you probably are spending less than $10. And you're gonna have a lot of fun. A lot of fun with everybody. And the games are not. It doesn't matter age or you don't have to be 200 pounds and buffed out. I mean, anybody can play these games. They're not meant to be. They're not racing games. They're not like that. It is a timing on it, but it's nothing that's going to hurt you. It's like you're tossing bows. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, or you're stacking marshmallows, or And I forget, one of them was, I didn't get around to all of them. Some of them, so I don't remember exactly what they were, but um, we did several, but it was fun, man. It was really fun.
No good.
But like I said, most of it you have around your house. Yeah, blowing the balloon up. That first guy that did that, he thought that was going to be easier than it was. So uh, but you have to blow up the balloon and you get the first cup and you drop it down the second one and you have to keep that balloon. They'll stick together in solo cups. You know how it is. But you
Yeah.
got to maintain that balloon pressed against the sides of that cup, or you're not getting into the next one. I think there was 4 or 5 in a row that they had to do that. Like I say, a sleeve of Dixie cups. Maybe you buy a bag of marshmallows, and
Some cotton
probably
balls.
the cotton balls. You might not have as much. You probably need more of them. The bigger size. These would be bigger size. Everything else you probably have at home. What I saw. There's maybe a candy cane. Maybe if you don't have, you can grab one off the Christmas tree. And we did break a couple. We had you need a backup because a couple of them got broke in the course of this as they crash landed to the ground of people trying to get them right. So, or in the bottle. And you got to be careful. I did hear the bottle get knocked across the floor a couple of times, and these were glass bottles, so be careful with that. But oh, it was a lot of fun though. I just didn't know if you'd ever did anything like that.
No, not really planning on it either. I mean, we might. I mean, uh, Christmas time. I'm sure Brandon will be up yonder, and we'll see if we can do some reindeer games. I figure my family would cheat.
And you can create your own. These are just some ideas. Really, the ideas are endless. I'll tell you another we did. You grab a piece of paper, or like we used a green because it was for Christmassy, colors and stuff. So it was green. You hold, and this is timed 1 minute. You hold it behind your back, and in 1 minute, or it might have been 30 seconds, but I think it was a minute. But anyway, you make a Christmas tree, but you can't. You have to hold. You can't. You have to hold it behind your back the whole time while you're making it. That's not easy, brother. But there were people who made some pretty good looking Christmas trees out of that. It's more like it's paper, but it's kind of like almost like construction paper, but not that thick. A little bit thicker paper, so you can kind of actually you're tearing it and you're trying to tear it in the shape of a Christmas tree. Another one is you put like the little plate on top of your head, and you draw a Christmas tree out with a trunk and some garland and all, but you can't look at it, and you're holding the plate up there and you're drawing this out, and then just to see what you drew is hilarious. Mine ended up looking like some kind of dragon. It Oh man, but stuff like that, like I said, it's really cheap and it's fun. It's fun. A lot of laughter, and that's good. We need laughter in the world. We say that here,
Yeah,
and people get stressed out around Christmas, and money's tight. Money's tighter now than it's ever been for people. These are things you can do that are not going to cost you a lot of money, very little money at all, and you can have a lot of fun. And the kids and you're teaching kids that it's I know they're looking for dollar stuff, on Christmas. They're looking for big gifts, but this teaches them to have fun, a family type event, and kids can play, and you just create. I like stuff like that you're creating those great memories and having fun, and that's what we had yesterday. It was great. I'd never done it. I didn't know what to expect, but it was a lot of fun.
I'll tell you something else that's fun for the kids too. And this is a lot more exciting, and it really livens up Christmas, and it really teaches them the value of speed and intensity and, overall, you know, just awareness. Uh, you put a BB gun down in the middle of the table, and you tell the kids, first one gets to shoot the others, and they'll race to that BB gun, and they'll try to get it. And then they start shooting the other kids, and you got crime. But it does teach about speed and coordination and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's going to be. We got babies all in the family right now. About a few more years, I'm going to be able to play that game.
Uh,
What?
I guess
here in
this.
the South, dude.
No, don't say South. Just say
It's way
Robert.
South,
It's
South
got
Georgia.
nothing to do with Georgia, and no. I mean that goes in the same category with the cow droppings fundraiser, the cow patty fundraiser. That I
Hey,
mean,
Brandon, tell him that
they belong in the
the cow
same
patty
category.
bingo is a thing down here.
Oh my gosh,
If
man!
you're still there, Brandon,
Come
please
on.
back me up on this. He doesn't believe cow patty bingo is a thing.
I called you on it, and you admitted you'd never done it. I said you
I've
never
never
did
done
it,
it, but I don't mean it's not a
and I
thing.
don't. And if you acted like you knew all about it, I doubt it's even done because I think you made it up. But if somebody does it, it's disgusting.
There you go.
Has Brandon done it? Okay, he's talking about, but has he done it?
Hey,
I want to
look,
know.
there's a
Have you
lot of
done it?
things that goes on down here that we'll talk about. That don't mean we've done them. There's a whole lot, but
Don't
that don't mean we've done them.
don't be bringing them up and bragging about them if you've not done it.
I just thought it was amazing.
You don't.
It's
If
a
you've never,
staple.
so you've never been to one. You've never even seen it.
I've seen where they were doing it.
You were there.
I drove past it. It's been around for a long time, dude. Cow patty bingo. Hey, look here.
Oh,
The actual high school has done it.
good Lord.
Told you. They put a grid out on the football field, didn't they, Brandon?
You don't know. You weren't there.
I guarantee you. I told you the other night they did. No, they don't. They don't do that.
I have put the challenge out. I want somebody that's been involved with it to come on the program. That's what I said. If they exist, I want them to come on the program. I want to talk about it, but not from somebody who's not done it and just throwing it out there.
Splat.
You've not done it. You're not an expert.
I mean, what does it take to be an expert in this game? Okay, there's a grid. You buy your spot. If the cow poos in the spot, then you win.
You don't have hands-on experience with this. I want somebody.
Splat.
I want somebody who has. You only can throw out what you think it involves. I want somebody who's actually done it.
Okay. Well, they give you rules for these kind of things. It's kind of like bingo, I win.
See, Rob, you don't even have. See, they use pigs. So I wanted to see somebody.
Well, that would be pig dropping bingo, not cow.
Apparently, Brandon didn't go either because he says I want to say they use pigs, so he didn't go either. I want somebody who's actually been at this event or an event like it, and I wanted to come on and talk about it.
Okay.
That's your challenge, man. I threw that out there the other day.
Brandon, we're gonna have to help me find somebody.
Because I foresee an ARA fundraiser for this.
We can use dogs. Dog dropping bingo.
There you go. Get the dogs out for a day, and highlight animal dog adoptions and.
I can see Madison now. I can just see this. Who let the dogs out? Who?
No, he wasn't there. He bought one.
He bought a square.
But he wasn't there.
He participated.
I want somebody who's been there and been a part of it, or actually organized it. I want that person. No disrespect, Brandon. Robert talks a lot of smack. He don't know what he don't even know half what he's talking about half the time. I want somebody that knows. Because Robert throws stuff out, and he's probably on about 20%, but he acts like it's
Brandon. 100%. Hey, Brandon, he didn't believe me about the monkey farm either. Oh, you should see the look on his face that morning when I brought that up. The droppings didn't go your way.
I would love it.
I'll see if the high school still has the pig. I'll get him to come on.
I'm good with it. That
Dude,
would
I
be
am
a Southern Fried podcast first.
Dude, I am so far behind on the times that if I was in high school, I know who I'd pick to be the pig, but but that was a long time ago. None of those people are there anymore. So, oh man. Mm. Yeah, that would be an interesting interview for you, Dave. So, Mr. Pig, how did you decide where to go poo out there on that grid?
It just would sound like a normal day with Rob on the air.
Oh,
You opened yourself up for that, dude. You
hmm.
opened yourself up.
I thought
Just
surely
open your mouth,
he would
Mr.
not lower himself, taking one that easy.
I
You
knew
know,
if I prodded you enough, you'd open that big mouth, and here we go. There
mm,
we go.
well, that's not nice. Too
It's
early in the
hump day,
morning for
baby.
that nonsense, huh?
It's hump day.
It is hump day. Uh,
I love it.
uh, bird. Don't encourage this, Brandon. He'll be giggling and laughing about this all morning. He will sound like a little schoolgirl,
Oh
giggling and
man.
laughing over there. Not very nice this morning. Of course, I did
Oh, I
call
love it.
Haley a gnat. I guess. I kind of had that coming. I guess
Yeah.
I'll pay
See,
for that too, huh?
you've been a bad boy.
Not me.
You
Not
deserve
me.
that. You deserve that smackdown.
Mm.
Oh, I
Hey.
just hate I just hate Michael wasn't here to see it. He hadn't been in the chat this morning, so he must not be on.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something else I deserve. Why don't you run us a quick commercial? Let me go fill up my coffee cup.
All right, we can do that. Or I could just
I
not and
would
not let you
appreciate it.
get your coffee. Actually, I'm
Oh,
going to do
right.
a shout out first before I go to vendors. I want to do a shout out to a city, and Robert, you can depart. Why Arizona? Population 122. The town derives its name from the fact that two major highways, state routes 85 and 86, originally intersected in a Y. So they're not allowed to have just a single letter, so they made it three. Y, WHY. So there is the sign. Why Arizona? Shout out to them. Salute to you this morning. We appreciate you. All right, let's run a couple of quick things, and I'm going to talk through a couple here that we have, and I say appreciate things that are going on up in the Chattanooga area with the Chattanooga Food Bank. Miss Melissa Blevins would want us to say their Christmas share-a-thon and getting food at the food cities and Walmarts, or if you want to make a donation, you can do that online or drop off things there. I'm sure there's a way to do that. Just contact them. But the need is great, and people are hungry, and especially this time of year. So this covers a lot of area. And if you're not in our area, support the one that's in your area and help them out. There are families that are being supported. Also, many of your school kids are getting in our area are getting snack packs for those that have a hard time, and so these are snacks that are sent home, and the whole family really benefits from that. So there's a lot of work that goes in that, and a lot of need. They buy in bulk, so they get the best price. They do buy some food; it's not all donated, but they maximize their ability to do that by buying in bulk. And about 80% of the workers are volunteer. So you can volunteer if you're in the area. Volunteer. There's a lot of local food pantries and churches and other organizations that are a part. So you've seen these blessing boxes outside of churches and stuff. There's just a great need for food, and a lot of people go hungry, and it's a sad fact. But this is their biggest fundraiser of the year. Give them a shout out if you can. If nothing else, just make a cash donation. There's nothing too small, and like I said, the need is great. So we definitely want to give them a shout out. Also, we are affiliated with W Energy Drinks. Want to highlight them just for a second. I'm doing the powder right now, sprinkling into The water, like the water bottle, shaking it up, and I'm using the pomegranate blossom. It is good, and you buy them in a tub, and they'll last for a long time. I have done the cans, but do the powder, and they also have some neat merch ideas. Use the promo code Southern Fried at their website, and you'll get 10% off your order. You're helping, saving money yourself, and you're helping the Southern Fried Podcast. We appreciate that. And let us get Mammoth Nation. Robert's going to talk about Mammoth Nation, and we'll also have a vendor spotlight here. We'll change these up every week on these vendor spotlights. There's a great vendors. But Rob, talk about Mammoth Nation.
Mammoth Nation is wonderful. You think about all the money you spend at different places and everything, and they take that money and they support their own little woke causes and little. Mammoth Nation isn't like that. Mammoth Nation is American owned. They're vetted. A lot of veteran businesses and stuff on there. They have membership starting as low as $5 a month. But I mean, if you're gonna, then this money goes out to support conservative causes. So this is a good way for you to vote with your wallet instead of, to like these companies that are just giving away. Vote with your wallet. Get out there. Buy American. We support this, and we are very much on it. So y'all check them out.
Absolutely. And the vendor spotlight is 1776 United. You're going to get savings through being affiliated with Mammoth Nation. You go through their site in the 1776. All these are linked, and they're going to give you other discounts for like giving your email and stuff. But there's all kind of, I think I had up to like 15% when I went and looked. I'm going to make a purchase. I like their stuff. This is just a cross selection of a lot of stuff, but I love the hats and shirts and even a Christmas stocking there. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. I love that. But these are great companies, and they have many of these. There's all kind of different types. It's not just clothing. There's even wines if you're into that. It's there for you. But these are great companies, and like I said, you're supporting America. And by the way, Mammoth Nation has a lot of great videos. They're making comments, Rob, on things that are going on in America, and they're great. It's awesome. Once you follow them, you're going to start getting things in your Facebook in feed or whatever where they do these videos, and so they're not holding back. They're stepping out and saying the same things that we say as people who love America first and stand up for its freedoms. But use that QR code, and that'll take you in there. And you also help Southern Fried Podcast when you do that. Great company. I just love those guys. And let me give a quick shout out real quick, and we're going to get back in our show. I want to say this, our friend Steve at Half Pine Forge. Rob, I got my delivery in yesterday, and I was just so tickled. Had the fam around, and I knew it had came in. I told Kaylee to go to the mail and check it out, and she's like, "This is kind of heavy. What is this?" But I ordered some hooks. But you can watch his videos. Go to his Rumble channel, give him a follow, watch them. They're funny, They're great, they're informative, and I promise you don't even have to be a fan of blacksmith and love these. But if you like that kind of thing, you're really going to like his channel. But I loved it, and I'll show you tonight. I don't have it in here in the studio with me, but on the first thing when I pulled that out of the packaging, and I took a picture too. I'll get all that up tonight. But the first thing I saw was his America Buy American sticker that he had on, that he sealed when he covered up I bought hooks, and that he sealed that with a card in there, a nice note. We'll give him a shout out back, and he just said he had a good time on the show, and we'll look forward to hoping to be able to come back very, very soon. And that's absolutely going to happen. Steve's a friend of the show, but love his work. He's really creative, and hey, you can buy stuff, and that's and I was telling my granddaughter, I was explaining to her. I said this started out as a piece of steel, and then he made this, and now we're going to use it. By the way, my wife has already claimed one of them, because I've ordered two, and I said, I'm gonna put them in the new studio, I think. She goes, "Hey, I want one of them." I said, "Okay, I'll hang one in here for your jacket." And but if you get tired of buying this crappy, cheap, it's not cheap in cost, but they're made cheap crap you get in some of the box stores that comes from out of country, you're not breaking this, baby. You're not breaking them. And it just made me feel good, Rob. I felt a little patriotic, buying American. A friend of ours, and something that I've been wanting for a long time. But we'll be ordering more stuff from him. But good job, Steve. You win win the Patron of the Day award. Great guy.
You know, I'm thinking back, you know, when me and my good friend, when we had our fish store going, I don't remember you ever buying a fish.
I didn't have a tank.
Well, you could have bought a tank too.
Well, I was thinking about it, but I just didn't know if you know, I didn't want to kill fish. I mean, you know, I don't have a green thumb, and
You
but I
didn't
did.
want Peter coming after you. I understand.
No, I don't care nothing about that. I did come down and
I'm
help
giving
though
you
at
a hard
times.
time, dude. I love you, brother. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just shoving it right back on you. Be
I
all
just
right.
I supported the business. I was there
You did.
more than your customers.
Yes,
I
you
came
were.
in and stayed
That's right.
hours at a time. I think I
Yes,
helped you
yes. And
move a
we
few
drank
things.
bunches of coffee and had
The
many long discussions on
the
how to
only
miss them.
thing that only two things that I refused to help you with was snakes and lizards, and well, third, mice. I don't do those things, but the fish and all that stuff, I was all in. You
You
can
know, and
forget
I
the
didn't.
snakes.
Were you there the day when they brought the spider in?
I do remember the spider.
You remember where I put the spider?
You've said that. I don't quite remember, but I remember it was
Outside the front door.
outside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The big. There's a tarantula, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the big ones too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't care for that. But he was in a container,
I
which I
don't
know the
care.
snakes were too. But
I don't care. Y'all don't understand. Rob don't like no spider. Period. Period. And a good friend of mine, uh, he comes on here. It's Earl. He comes on, but he sent me a picture of this. He said, "Hey, I just got a new fishing lure," and he sent me a picture of it, and it was a spider fishing lure. It looked like a spider. I don't want to see that. I could never fish again if that's all I had to fish with. I couldn't even touch it. Ain't no way I could even tie it on a line. No, no. But that is apparently a thing.
well,
Mm,
you know whatever fish will bite at, people
no,
gonna use.
well, not me. Mm, not me.
Well, no different than a worm, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot different than a worm. Mm. Got them old 8 legs hanging out there, big old creepy eyes, fangs. I don't want nothing to do with them things. Mm. Nasty, hairy little bug. Ugh. Mm.
Sounds like a. I ain't gonna say it.
Go ahead, say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I'll just say that I started to say it sounds like one side of the political aisle, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave it right there. There's a few when you said big eyes, hairy. What was those other descriptors you used? It kind of reminded
Fangs,
fangs.
fangs.
I thought you
You,
were talking
you,
about.
you thought I was talking about Nancy Pelosi.
I cannot lie. If I've got to give you a visual, if I got to give you a visual, that actually popped in my head.
You ain't right, son. Uh,
What does it say about you? Because you went there too.
uh, I'm just saying. You know, here you've got one of the nastiest, grossest creatures that you could possibly imagine with all these legs, all that hairiness, and and
Yes, Steve, I would like to know that too.
you know, you got all this nasty hairiness going on. You got this just bad attitude, crinkled up looking thing, you know, that can't even do anything coherently. Crap stuff that we ain't gonna talk about and strings it up all over the place to catch bugs to eat, and the other one's a spider.
Oh, oh man. Oh, Celtic Mike Smith, you're awesome.
Steve, there um, have you ever heard of cow patty bingo?
No, he has not heard of that. But he would probably go. I
Oh,
love
I
it.
guarantee you he'd go. We can sit up there. We can make some side bets on this. Backside.
I think Steve would add in an element to this. He said they use pig. So at the end of this thing, the pig gets barbecued, right? I mean, that's how it works, right? After the pig has
No, I
defecated all
don't
over
think
this
that's the way
place,
it works, Dave.
then you have a good old some good old barbecue, right? I mean,
I doubt it. No. But, here's the funny thing about the
come
South
on,
here.
man.
Okay? This is one of the things that I absolutely love. And, you have FFA and stuff like that, and they do cow shows, right? These kids, they get this cow and that's not, I'm saying, Steve, that'd be pretty good luck right there.
I just think of the people that are in the end zone that always want to catch the ball. I just
Oh,
And it'd be like the dog pound up in Cleveland. They're like slapping each other with it, rubbing it on each other.
yes.
No
But
shirts
down
on.
here,
Yeah.
and I guess this is probably all across the country that they have these cow shows and stuff. But these,
I love it. I just wonder if the pig had a name. If it was just pig, or if they Arnold.
no, dude, we don't name pigs around here. Come on. Don't name cows either. Well,
Oh, they didn't raise. Okay, I guess they didn't raise cows at the school. That's cool. I get it. I
do they
want to
raise pigs at the school?
that was my next question. I guess that's part of the Future Farmers of America or something. I don't know. They probably got little piglets out there and raise up some pigs.
Or dates for the dorks?
Do what?
Dork dates for the prom and homecoming.
Oh, Lord. Well, they could have, doing the makeup on the pig day and all that. Hey, you are talking to a guy that was in a rodeo once that put, underwear on a goat. So, I mean, it was timed competition. Underwear on a goat. I do have experience with that, just not what you're talking about. My granddaughter thinks that's the most hilarious thing she always wants me to tell that story. And she always wants to know, because the girls got to know what color the underwear was. And when I told her they were purple, she just falls out laughing every time.
So they raise pigs and chickens.
Cool.
Oh.
Well, think of the things you can do there. I mean, you got eggs,
They're supporting school breakfasts.
Yeah. I like it.
Eggs and bacon. That's right. And then lunch, and the chicken gets older,
Fried chicken day.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, then it's hen day, so it'll be baked hen. I mean, you think about it. These poor chickens, they know their days are numbered. As soon as they stop laying eggs, they're going in the pot. Can't you just see them up there just trying to squeeze one more out?
Remember she revamped the whole school lunch thing that kids wouldn't eat. They wouldn't eat the lunch.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Good Lord. As school lunches could be very bad at times anyway, and they made it worse.
Wait a minute, dude. I'm still stuck on this chicken. Okay. Could you imagine you got this chicken sitting there and the farmer comes by holding a pot? Well, I bet egg production would go up. Start naming them things like pot pie. See, that's why I couldn't ever raise a farm animal we're going to eat because I would have, you know, what's your cow's name? Ribeye, hamburger, ground beef. What's your pig's name? Bacon, ham, pork
Chuck.
chop. Yeah, that's why my dad said he'd never survive the zombie apocalypse. His name was Charles, and everybody called him Chuck. He said, you know, you got Chuck roast, Chuck steak, ground Chuck. He said, I don't stand a chance.
Two of my uncles started a business once, and they were raising rabbits and selling them. The droppings off of them, they sold the manure, and the worms that came up in that they sold for fish. They had a really good business going on. The problem was, and by the way, you can get a lot of rabbits really quick because they do produce really quick, you know, like rabbits. But they, the problem was he let some of the family members name the rabbits, and then it became you can't kill Mary, you know, because they named them after themselves.
Oh, oh,
So the more they named the rabbits, the more he couldn't kill rabbits. So he had to get out of the business. He sold them all. It was a profitable business. But once the kids and the lady folks started naming all the rabbits, it was over.
Well, I mean, if he was selling the manure off the rabbits, then he probably wanted a bunch of rabbits, so we get a lot more fertilizer.
But he was selling.
I bet he was.
They were. Some of the rabbits were being slaughtered.
Okay.
You know, people like rabbit. You know.
Have you ever ate rabbit?
I have not, and I don't intend to. So I've never had rabbit stew. So no.
Here goes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Boom! I can see Dick Cheney hunting rabbits. I can't see Tim Walsh doing it. Of course, you know, he wouldn't be able to load his gun anyway. We don't hear from him anymore.
Tim Walsh?
Yeah. And just like that, he was irrelevant again.
Well, he was, you know, they brought him in. He was not going to be heard from much if they'd have won. They would have sent him, I don't know, somewhere weird and left him there for a long time. He'd been bouncing around the world.
Oh, they'd have sent him to, to Oshkosh, Wisconsin or something. You just go up there and keep your mouth shut. We've got stock footage of you walking around. That's good enough.
Yeah, he's got a new title now. It's called Loser.
That's not nice. I knew you was good. That's great. I like that. Could you imagine? You know, Tim Walsh would be hiding. If they had won, he'd be hiding in the same place that Biden is hiding now. You can't see them. You can't find them. They're hiding. Ooh. Of course, you know, Biden's doing some of this crazy stuff.
Well, Biden did pop out to take credit for the fall of Assad.
Yeah.
Which tells me there's more involved here. Trump said we don't have no business being there. Get out. I'm with him. Get out. We don't have no business being in that mess. It's a terror mess. I don't want any of our people there. Get out. If there's a problem, Israel can handle it. They can. It's their backyard.
Yeah, we'll back them up.
We'll back them up, but you know we don't have no business being invested in there at all. It's a hellhole. Let's face it. It has become a hellhole. That's nothing against the Syrian people. Their country is a hellhole. It's splintered into all kind of factions and groups. I mean, people have left by the droves to get out of that nation. It's a hellhole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard guy talking the other day, the last time all this mess happened, and Germany opened up their borders over there, made all this big immigrant crisis where they said, these open borders, if you want to come, and all this other stuff, and it made this big old mess. And I'm thinking, you know, that sounds awfully familiar. And then you think back, you know, those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And now they want to change history and make it into something that wasn't, instead of being factual. Well, this and let's leave part of this out. Well, if you forget it, you're doomed to repeat it. It's just going to do it again. Why? You know, aren't we smarter than this? Come on, Dave. Are we smarter as a nation? Aren't we smarter than this?
We're supposed to be. I just think in the future there's going to be jokes, and I'm not going to finish the joke, but it would start out like this: Joe Biden, Tim Walz, and he could throw a third one in there, walk in a bar, and that's going to become the butt of jokes, is stuff like that, or Nancy Pelosi, or and there's going to be jokes made off of that. I mean, that's what's going to happen in the future.
They're going to walk in a bar and say, "Hey, now we got a threesome for Cow Patty Bingo."
Oh no, I got it. It would be Biden and Corn Pop and Tim Walz.
No, Pelosi definitely be in there. Well, no, we're doing Cow Patty Bingo. We'll save that one for Pig Patty. I gotta be nice. It's early morning, and I'm not being nice. I'll have a good night. So sorry, guys. I'm not feeling very nice this morning. I'm trying to. Hey, Dave. It's after 7:00. You gotta go to work. You gotta drop youngins off at school.
I do, and I'm buying a truck today.
You're buying a truck. What kind of truck are you buying? You got to bring pictures on tonight.
Pictures probably tonight. I hopefully be on.
There you go. Got to have pictures.
It's not brand new. I'm a poor man. I was not born in a middle class family, but it is a very nice truck. Been well taken care of.
There you go.
And it's the right color.
Oh, Bulldog red?
Yes, sir. No, I'm buying.
Brandon's an FSU fan. That's what I'll let you know.
I got no problem with that. I like FSU.
I do too. As long as they're not playing Georgia.
Yeah, as long as they're not playing Georgia, I like them.
So,
Florida's a different story, but FSU's okay.
At least they're not in our conference.
And Miami, forget them.
Hey. Frank's going to hear you say that.
He probably not this morning. They've been too busy about that. He's still talking about that earthquake.
Oh.
Like his post. I'm going to have to get Heather to come on. Maybe I can get her to pop in tonight and talk about the earthquake.
Okay.
I mean, she felt it there, and that was her first experience with that. I'll see if on the second part of the program she can come in, because they're, some time behind us or ahead of us or whatever you want to say. Let me see if I can get her to come in. If not, Friday night. We'll see what they got. I'll reach out to her today. I'd like to. Hadn't seen her in a bit. I'd like for her to kind of talk about that, because she's never experienced anything like that. It wasn't.
Well, I'm gonna try to get Brandon to come on here one day. We need to get him on this show.
And we'll have Steve back, and I thank you for your nice card, Steve. By the way, I'm gonna show the creation of Steve tonight, the Half Pine Forge.
Oh my gosh!
Got my
now that in itself would make the name of a Monty Python movie.
What's that?
The creation of Steve.
The creation of Steve. He is legend. Remember,
it sounds like you're making Steve, dude.
No, he's
Steve's creation.
He's standing in the shot with the forge going, sword in hand. Remember, no shirt, hair flowing in the wind.
Yes.
The creation of Steve.
Yes. Then they'll be calling you Fabio. Of course, nobody hardly.
You got to watch the video where he's lounging on the couch. That one really, that's where it gave me all the ideas. But I never would have thought of all that if it hadn't been for that part of his video where he's waiting on the mailman or the delivery, and he's just all lounging there. I don't know. He's probably watching Bullwinkle or something. I don't remember what he was watching, but that gave me the idea, because that's the first time I seen him with his hair down. I said, "Oh man, okay, here we go."
Well, it's real pretty, son. I guarantee you. Well, you got some pretty hair.
You sure do have some pretty hair.
Can I touch it? Oh, that's creepy.
From a guy who's losing his hair, I tip my hat to you. You still got.
Hey, can you squat behind me? Let me brush it over my head. Your hair over my head, so I remember what I look like with bangs.
Oh man!
All right.
I can see it now. Friday night, Rob. We need to do the front porch talking in wigs. You put your Joe Exotic on, and I'll find me one, and we'll
Oh,
we'll do the rock band look, the
okay.
'80s rock band look. Friday night, baby.
Okay. Well, you guys have a
You gotta have
great.
to rock, you have to have a rock name. Like you're gonna have to have your stage name.
I got to come up with a stage name too.
You got to come up with a stage name. Yeah, you can't be Robert. You have to be somebody else. So your stage name, your rock stage name, and we're gonna talk. We'll talk music Friday night.
Mm.
The best hair bands. That's what we'll do. Best hair bands Friday night. Front porch talking, and we're gonna have our
Mm.
hair on. Let's do it.
Oh, as far as hair bands go, there really was only one
Oh,
that you're going
bull,
to call the best.
bull.
That
Come
you're
on,
going to call the
come on,
best.
man.
Only one was the best.
Yours. Yeah, don't say there was no other than the good ones. You know, just one. Come on.
I
Come
know
on,
there
man.
was a ton of them, but there's one that was the best.
Who?
There's only one pick. Bon Jovi.
Are you kidding me,
No.
dude?
I knew that was going to be your response. Whatever name I'd have said, you'd have had the same response.
No,
I mean,
I
you could
honestly
say
thought you were going to
Poison.
say. I honestly thought you were going to say at the time they were considered a hair band was Guns N' Roses. They were. If they're early, if you look at that video for Welcome to the Jungle, they got the
Oh
hairspray
yeah,
going
if you
on.
consider Guns N' Roses in there, the first couple of albums, yeah, but after that,
Cook,
there's Cook.
Madewell Jump. Is that your stage name? Madewell Jump.
Uh, Madwell Jump. I just see a humpback whale breaching, jumping up out of the water, going with his fin up, going, "Ugh, I'm mad."
All right, Cook, you got to have your wig on. Come in, pop in on Friday night. Hair band Friday night from the front porch. And Rob's going to talk about his favorite hair band, Bon Jovi. Oh, come on. I am actually a fan of Richie Sambora. They did have some good songs. I'm not putting down Bon Jovi, but if you're saying that's the best, dude, your boat has slipped off its mooring.
Dude, you might as well stop right now because you've already been shot down in a blaze of glory.
Full crap. Yeah, you might as well jump back. 80s hair band Friday night, front porch. Join us.
All right. Hey, y'all have a great hump day. Salute. Get through this day. You're over halfway there. Y'all have a good one. We're glad you joined in with us. Hey, y'all like, follow, subscribe, throw it on the floor, kick it around, put it on the plate. We need some help on that Facebook and that YouTube. If y'all want to jump in on that, we'd be happy to have you. A wig with your cowboy hat. Good. Don't do it. Salute, guys. Do what?
Cowboy hats are okay. A lot of 80s bands wore cowboy hats. A lot of them did. I think Bon Jovi even had one at one time.
He just wants to wear it because he's a Cowboys fan.
Well, they don't look like the Stetson type. It's a rock band kind of. Yeah, me and Cook saw them live.
I did too. We might have been at the same concert.
No, there were no cow patties there. Ah.
Oh, so you wasn't there. Oh. That wasn't nice either, was it? Hey, y'all have a good one. And Cow Patty Dave over here, he'll be here with us. We'll be back here tonight. Me and old Cow Patty. We got this.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some.
Give me one.
This way.
Y'all like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see y'all tonight. Have a great day, guys.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.